2022 is here. A new year is here. If you're anything like me, and like most people all around the world, a new year means one thing: goals. New Year's resolutions. Things you want to accomplish. It can be pretty overwhelming. You see, anyone that knows me knows that I'm a big dreamer. I have huge dreams, huge goals, huge ideas. I'm all about big dreams. I'm a fan of it. Just dream big. I really love the quote that I recently read, which is, "A dream without a plan is just a wish." And if you're anything like me, it can be hard sometimes to have as many goals as you want to accomplish and actually execute on them to make them happen. So I want to share with you what I think is a really great solution that can help you achieve your actual goals that you're setting out to achieve in 2022. And I hope you can take the challenge with me. One thing I firmly believe in is that you have to take intentional steps each and every day toward the goals you want to achieve. And you have to bite things off in smaller chunks, or else you'll always feel like you're not actually accomplishing what you're looking to do. The bigger you dream, the harder it can be to actually put together an action plan of how you're going to make those things happen. And I found a solution that really has this dialed in. And it's the Full Focus Planner. Now, this video is not sponsored by Full Focus Planner. I've actually put multiple videos out about the Full Focus Planner before, and I actually am a big fan of the approach and what it is. Now, I did reach out to them and I said, I want to put a video out all about why I think that it actually makes sense to use this, and is there anything we could do to people that actually watch this that maybe want to try it for themselves? And they said yes, and they gave me a promo code. You can find that down below so you can get money off it. But I want to tell you about this because I do feel like this actually works in achieving the goals, or I wouldn't even bring it to you in the first place. I was using this before I talked with them. You see, I'm a fan of their overall approach, which is that desire plus intention equals a goal. When you know what your goal is and precisely why you want to achieve it, and then you put in steps into place of how you're going to do it, that's how things actually get done. Just talking about what I want to do, nothing happens. Just talking about why I want to do something, nothing necessarily happens. But when you put all those together and put in place how you're going to make what you want to do happen and why, those things together make a very impactful solution to someone that's actually trying to do big things. Michael Hyatt always says, what gets scheduled gets done. And I really love that. And as a person that's fully digital, it's easy to say, well, I always use my calendar and I always use to-do lists, so I kind of am already doing those things. But it's their approach and the way that they've laid this out that I feel like actually makes sense and that can actually make an impact to you, and why I want you to take a 3-month challenge with me and try it for yourself. Think of it like this. What if I were to say to myself, my goal in 2022 is to start a new company? Now that can sound like a great goal, like cool, yeah, that's something to strive for. But that sounds like quite the overwhelming task and quite a large undertaking to think about a new company being running and having employees and having all of that. Like, that's nearly impossible to just think about doing now. How do I get to there if I don't put actionable steps into place? I need to say to myself, what do I need to do this quarter to get started with that goal? What do I need to do then each week to get closer to that quarter? And then what do I need to do each and every day to get closer to the week? It's bite-sized chunks. It's saying I need to make one small step today, maybe 1 or 2 small steps, which gets me closer to my goal of the amount of steps I want to take in a week, which gets me closer to the amount that I need to take in a quarter, which gets me closer to actually achieve the goal I want to do for the year. Does that make sense? You have to break up what you're doing and take actionable steps in what they love referring to as the big 3. And you have a daily big 3, a weekly big 3, you have your quarterly goals and your annual goals. And I love how they've broken it down so that you feel like you're actually making progress on things. One thing I know to be true is the more and more that I take on, the more and more that I get to the end of a day and I feel like I really haven't done anything. I may have done a ton of small things, but because I'm not having a tangible step in front of me to say, what are the 3 things I have to get done today? So many times I feel empty at the end of the day, like, did I accomplish anything? This helps you put those things into place. So think of it like a house analogy. If I look at building a house and I say to myself, well, that seems like a whole lot of work. I don't really have a clue how to do that. Well, my very first step wouldn't be to put the roof on. My very first step would be to put up, I mean, I've never built a house, but to put up one wall today. And then the next wall the next day. And by the end of a week, I want to put up the whole wall on that part of the house. And then by the end of the goal, I want to put in a whole house. But then to obviously get from floor to floor, let's say week to week, each floor is different. I need to put up daily stairs to get myself to the next floor. And then by the end of all those steps and all those walls and all those windows that happened day by day and week by week, at the end of a year, I have myself a house. Actionable steps. Now I know what you're thinking, if you're anything like I was when I first started. Why in the world am I going to bring a paper planner around that I have to carry around with me that can't sync from place to place when I can do all that stuff equally as easy from an iPad or an iPhone or whatever? The idea behind the full focus planner is that middle word there, focus. When I am using my devices, my phone, my iPad, my computer, I am filled with distractions around me. And what happens is I may go to do something as simple as look at what I want to do that week in my calendar or even that day if I'm doing this digitally. What happens is a notification suddenly pops up where I see that really intriguing TikTok icon that makes me say, let me just see quickly what's happening in there. And then as we all know, an hour later, you're still in there. And when I open this to go look at what I have to do today, to look at what I wanted to do this week, this quarter, this year, this can't be anything other than what it is. It can't distract you, and it allows you to focus on this and only this, which is in front of you. It's the idea of that word, focus. Now, here's what I'll caution you with when you go to something like this, which I really hope that you'll try. At first, it is going to feel very different, very weird, very not normal for you to remember carrying this, for you to remember filling it out, for you to remember that you're even trying to do it. You want to naturally always default back to what's easy with your digital world, with your phones, your iPads, all that. I get it, and you're going to want to do it, I promise you. I found myself doing it many times before. But when I try to remind myself that there's a purpose behind why I'm doing it this way, I think that's actually when the results truly come. And I challenge you to do the same thing and try that. So I'm not going to get into all the details of what the Full Focus system is all about. Their website breaks it down amazingly. I'll put a link down below that talks about their whole system. What I can say is that I know the system works. And if you look around and read reviews of the Full Focus Planner, talk with people who have used it and actually actively continue to use it and not give up, the plan, the system, it really, really works. Michael Hyatt and company in general, they love the concept of win at work and succeed in life, that this is supposed to be more than just the work domains. It's a 7-day-a-week planner that allows you to put things in there that are not just about your vocation. Maybe you have goals to be more physically fit. Maybe you have goals to spend more time with your family. Maybe you have goals to delegate more tasks so that you can focus on other things. Whatever it is, it's all domains of your life. And I think that if you really look at it that way and really plan things accordingly using it, it really can be effective for you. So what do you think? Are you in for this year's Scott McKenna Challenge Q1? I reached out to this team and said, can we give a promo code to the people that watch my channel to be able to get 10% off their first order? And they said, sure. So the promo code McKenna, McKenna, as you see it on the screen, will give you 10% off your first order. Now keep in mind, when you go to order something, you can either order a single planner or you can order a whole year's worth of planners. Meaning if you only do one planner, you're only going to get 10% off. So it might be $3 or $4 off. If you order the whole year, you're going to get something like $20 off. I'm not saying you have to do that, but just keep that in mind. It's off of your first order, not like your whole first year's worth of whatever you purchase throughout the year. Now, if you look at a planner this size and say to yourself, well, that's kind of too big. I don't really want to have to worry about like putting that in my backpack all the time, and I wish it would be smaller. Well, we have great news for you. They do. They make the Full Focus Pocket Edition. These are the leather editions, which I really, really like the leather editions. They also make a bunch of other colors and varieties of it, so pick whichever one you like. They also make a folio version, which is like full size 8.5 by 11. That one's way too big for me, but if you're someone that wants like a really big planner, you can get that. The system is the same in them all. They still work the same way with the annual goals, the quarterly goals, the weekly goals, the daily goals, the big threes, all of that. All of that is identical. I've tried them both. I like them both. Personally, I'm the biggest fan so far of this edition, which is just the normal size, because I feel like it's a good hybrid between having enough space to write while not being so big that it's not even fun to carry around. I'm taking the challenge. I'm going hardcore. I did this last year. It worked really good. Then I kind of fell off, and then I decided, hey, I should be able to do this digitally. I made up a whole video and everything about the digital full focus planner edition style thing. It didn't work. It didn't actually help me at all. I went back to the same things I was doing, and I decided, you know what? I need to give this a legit shot again, and I would love for my subscribers and people just like me to come along for the journey and try it themselves. Ben, here is your pocket edition.
Thank you.
You've been using it for just under a week. How's it been so far?
I really enjoy it. I would say the thing that I noticed on the second day of me just writing in it is that I'm bad with distractions, and that's going to be part of some of my goals in 2022 is distractions. And I noticed that when I was in the full focus planner and just writing down, I had no distractions whatsoever.
So we're taking the challenge. You want to join us?